What is going on, YouTube? Thank you for stopping in and watching another video of JTG 2K23. Today's video is going to be going over how to play 2K23. We're going to start with the basics here. A lot of new players on this game, and teach you how the top 7 tips that if I had when I first started playing, that would have saved me a lot of time. Why are there so many new players? This game does a great job of being the reason why. They are inviting a bunch of new players. Michael Jordan, Steph Curry, people that have already been playing the game, but being able to play them as avatars on this game and getting a bunch of new people involved, as well as streetwear that normally isn't on the game. It's awesome, and look forward to seeing more as that comes down the line. So along with this game having players like on the video being able to play as Tiger Woods and these other characters, you're going to be able to start from scratch and be able to play this game without having to have previous golf knowledge. This golf game is meant to be a simulator for real golf and being able to teach you how to play golf. So lesson number 1, you don't have to be great at this game or great as a golfer to be good at this game. We will teach you how to play on this channel, how to play this game, and how to navigate your career to become the best possible player as quick as possible with this video. But you don't have to be a golfer to understand a lot of this game. There may be a few things you might not understand off the rip, but you'll be able to get there. First thing that I would do, other than just getting on and playing the game a lot, is go to this practice facility. From here there's a lot of good things that you can do. You can do some lessons, you can do a couple different things here. But this is a very good tip to use, or I guess tool to use. So when you're playing golf, I mean, when you're starting out, there's a lot of similarities to this. When you're starting out, you may not know what a flop shot is, may not know what a punch shot is, and to be a real fan of Tiger Woods, you need to know what the Tiger Stinger is. And if you don't know what the Tiger Stinger is, it's okay. Just like our first step, you don't have to know these things to be able to play the game, but that's where you learn these things. I would recommend you can go to lessons here, you can go to swing calibration, and that's if you're off on your tempo, you can recalibrate your swing. I'd recommend doing that as often as needed. But here, learn to hit shots that you normally wouldn't hit. Hit a punch shot. Sorry, I'm on legendary swing settings here, so this is tough. Yeah, just warming up here, boys. Glad to see. I will say on legendary settings, I do have to warm up. I do have to come here and warm up to get good. And here's a good shot. As you can see, a punch shot with a driver goes 240. A normal drive for me goes 280 to 300 yards, but maybe into the wind, this is a good opportunity to hit the ball low and get the ball running out. So, I mean, learn your shots, learn your clubs. This is going to be the Stinger, Tiger Stinger. Go a 3-iron punch shot and hit it low like that, and his just run forever. This game will not let you do it, but his just take off and just go forever. I mean, if you haven't seen one of his shots, hit YouTube up, watch that shot, and while you're at it, like and subscribe. But with that being said, learn these shots. Come here and practice these shots. The biggest issue I had is from 2K21, all the practice I had done did not equate over for the pitch shots and the chip shots here on this game. The tempo is completely different, so for me, I had to relearn how to play this game. And for me, I go and take a wedge out and go to these shorter little holes here and learn how to hit different shots, and learn really how to play the game and what all opportunities you have. Your caddy is great. They will hand you the right clubs. We'll hit a few more shots here. We'll show you kind of what we're talking about with the wedges. But your caddy will hand you the club to hit. It'll hand you an iron out, and that's the club the computer recommends that you hit, right? So it doesn't mean that you have to hit that club. Especially around the greens, the pitch shot for me is the hardest to get the tempo down. So for me, I may lay back on the course or figure out what shots are my best shots here. What is the best opportunity to get the ball closest to the hole? And I would recommend come to this practice range and practice hitting some shots into this green, and hitting shots like, say, the front pin. It's a front pin. Hit 10 shots to that front pin to where you feel confident that you can do that. Then go to the middle pin. Put a pin in the middle. Then put a pin in the back and try to these different shots. That way you get good at these shots, because their pitching and your chipping shots are going to be your major places to improve on your game. That's all I have on knowing your clubs and being able to know your shots. Be able to practice these shots and not only know them, know the right time to hit them, know your chances of succeeding, and know whether the risk is worth the reward. So, you got the monies and you want to spend it. Well, the best place, if you don't take any of my tips, take this one tip, and it is customizing your clubs. Make sure before you spend any money on a hat, any money on the swag, make sure to spend it and go to your locker. Stop what you're doing. Go to your locker. Go to your clubs. Go to your putter. Go to your driver. Those are the most used clubs in your bag. If you haven't fit a club, go fit your putter, go fit your driver, and follow along. Fitting your clubs is the most important thing you can do in this game, along with a couple other things, but is the most important thing you can spend your money on. See all these clubs, all my clubs are fitted, and I spent all my money onto fitting these clubs and getting the distances to gap out. All my wedges gap out right. My driver gaps out right. My 3-wood gaps out right. All my yardages, when I say gap out right, the distance between each club is as little as possible. And so I fit all my clubs to the best they can, for the best I can, and I go off of power and I go off of my fittings. Just because I want to add a little bit off the tee and be able to hit those par 5s and 2s, so I go a little bit further. But everything else, if you use a TaylorMade versus a Wilson versus the base club that you get, it is the exact same thing. The only difference is when you fit your clubs. So make sure to fit these clubs, make sure to get the right fitting in, and make sure to get the right fitting that fits your swing. You may not need power. If you're not able to hit a fairway, power does you no good. So make sure you have the right fittings set for you, and make sure to fit these clubs. Make sure to not waste any other money anywhere else until you get these clubs fitted. So, you're worried how to spend money on the trees. Wrong channel. Just kidding. So, this is your skill tree, and this is going to be your second most important thing you can do. So, because as you progress in your player, and as you play more, you're going to level up. Depending on how hard your level is on your difficulty is how fast you level up. Legendary, you move up pretty quick. You level up pretty quick using Legendary. And as you can see, I'm level 50. So each time you level up, you get a skill point tree, or you get a point to the skill tree. So if you're level 28, you're gonna have 28 points on here. There's 126 different combinations on here, and there's only 50 points. So choose wisely. And if you look at the very top of each section, is going to tell you how many points you have to spend in each section. Most of the time it's 4, but I would really heavily watch what you're spending your coins on, because a lot of them negate each other. And I will tell you, this is my skill tree. Use it all on the last row, and don't use a hybrid. Don't invest your money in any of the hybrids, because that's one club out of your bag. And in fact, I would recommend taking the hybrid out of your bag and replacing it with a 3-iron. They go roughly the same distance. In real life, that may not be the case, but in this game, it benefits you nowhere to have a hybrid. Again, and that may be a difference in real life to the game, but in the game, hybrids are a useless tool in this game. So do away with your hybrids. I would look at these skill trees. So read it, and the way you read it is, this one is a metalhead. It helps keep the passive effects in on this game, or going on in my swing when it's activated. The reason why I say don't really focus on some of these is most of the time, like, it'll say you can hit, it'll improve your iron swing transition, but you have to, the way it's going to be deactivated is by having 1 par. Well, I hope to have 1 par, so I'm going to hope that that's never activated. I hope to have par or better on almost every hole. So, I mean, there's issues with that, and you want to make sure that they're going to be able to be used the most. During your round, you want to be able to have these going as much as possible and benefiting you as much as possible, because every other player does. And the best players are not the people that swing the club the best. The best players are the people that utilize this tree the best, and the best players are the people that utilize their club fittings the best and get all these settings corrected and then swing the club right. So if you want to become half of a better golfer, go ahead and set up these 3 settings that I'm telling you about: the skill tree, fitting your clubs, and that will lead us into our archetype, which is our next key tip to go over. If you can get those 3 things done, you will be a leg up on the field already, and already be able to notice the difference in your golf game. So here's my skill set. We'll go ahead and get into the archetype. So golf stereotypes: the old man that hits the fairway every single time, the dude that's on the driving range pounding the tee shots but can't putt. Every golf course has them, and this golf game has them. So if you look over, every one of these is going to have its strengths and weaknesses, and every archetype is going to be dependent on how you want to play. Do you want to be the guy pounding the drive past everybody online but struggle to putt and chip? That's going to be kind of the give and take on these. And the way I would approach this is set this up how you fit your clubs. Counter it to marry how you fit your clubs. I put distance for all my club fittings, so I'm going to have rhythm here to kind of counter the distance. If you put distance here, make sure to change all your club fittings to be more for rhythm and timing. Give yourself a chance to get the distance off the tee and get an accuracy as well. And I would recommend doing one of the 2, but make it pretty even and make them be able to marry each other in. So no money, no problems. That's actually not true in this game. You need a lot of money. You need a lot of in-game currency, and if you don't want to spend a lot of money out of pocket, go ahead and just try to focus on these tips here to help you get the most in-game money. I know obviously you need to play the game to get the most money, but there's a lot of different things that you can do to get your settings right to make the most money. Obviously, let's go to My Career. That's where you're going to be running most of your time. But let's look into the settings and make the most money. Our 6th topic is going to be, or lesson is going to be, how to earn XP, and the 7th is going to be how to tweak the settings to get you there. So how to earn XP is by winning tournaments on the PGA Tour, not finishing 2nd, 3rd, 4th. Finishing first in these tournaments is going to be how you get the most. And by doing so, it does not matter your opponent difficulty. You can turn it to very easy, very hard. Does not change anything. Turn the conditions to very easy. Does not change anything. And 1 round versus 4 round does not change anything. It just gives you more rounds to play. But at the end of the day, 1 round is going to help you out just as much. So make sure you set these settings right for you to win. You want to make them as hard as you possibly can, but yet still win every tournament. So if that's the easiest settings and you're still struggling to win, then it'll help you out building your career. Now, if you're winning the tournament 20 under and the next person's 2 under, change those settings, make it a little bit more difficult on yourself, and it'll actually make it more fun, but it'll also help you out with getting more XP. Me on Legendary, I'm able to get through a round and pretty much get 25 coins and level up within a round because of the Legendary, how tough it is. But with that being said, if you're not able to win, it does not help you out in any sort of fashion. Now, you can go to your difficulty and change this. I would recommend, if you don't know how to do this, just going and playing around. Change it from Legendary to wherever you need to be at, whether that may be the beginner, amateur, all the way through master to Legendary. Wherever you need to be at for your swing to feel right, but be tough enough for you to be barely shooting right around 4 to 6 under is your target score every 18 holes. 4 to 6 under. If you can shoot 4 to 6 under, you're golden. That's where you need to be at on your difficulty, and until you really get a grasp of where you're at, that's where you really need to be staying. Now, if you want to try to increase how you do it, maybe like go to 6 under and then on master, and you want to jump up to Legendary, or you're at beginner and then you want to jump up to amateur, that's how you would do it, is just slowly do it. But you can also tinker with the settings on this and change everything to as easy as possible until you get that opportunity to win. And that's the real tips that I would say on this game to getting better and being able to get better quick. is really just remember most of this stuff is cosmetics. The shirt, the hat, it's all cosmetics. It does not help you out any. Being able to set up, invest in yourself to get those clothes, get those items, be able to win on the online tour, whatever you're wanting this game to be, and whatever you're wanting to get better for it at, it'll come down the road, but you need those coins, and you need to start off with these 7 tips. Don't do anything before that. Unless you're just wanting to design the course or just be kind of a casual golfer. Even then, being able to have the right clubs and get the fullness out of the game, you really need to accomplish these 7 tips before you move on. If this ever happens, this kicks me out all the time. It's not a big deal. Just go back, log in, and get online. If you're on society mode, it won't kick you out. You won't lose your shot. And if you are playing online, it will kick you out of off the online. That's about the only other time. If you're designing a course, go back into it. But with that being said, keep it simple out here. Play your career mode. Grind it out. Win those tour championships. And follow me on Twitch. I'm going to be twitching some more online stuff. My YouTube's going to be more for designing and teaching content. But until next time, y'all have a great one. Peace.